So without the profits and growth from the previous section, then the caring for the communities and the environment would be pretty much impossible for us to do. So let's go back and look at my core values here. Walk harmoniously with nature and with the earth. Giving back to the communities and the environment is one way that I can do that, and that I can know that the company I work for is matching me on that commitment that I have. All right. And then, oh, there's a little box in front. Okay, we're creating ongoing win-win partnerships with our suppliers. So Judy's going to join me up here on the stage, or she's going to follow me in a second, and she's just one example of a supplier, of a vendor that we work with, that we maintain a positive win-win relationship with. We want to serve our suppliers in the same way that our suppliers serve us. We don't want it to be a one-way street. We want to find out what their needs are. We have a local producers low-interest loan program in which we actually provide loans to local farmers, local manufacturers, people who have a vision for a certain food product, then they can't quite get there because they don't have the funds. We've provided a loan that built a greenhouse for a local tomato grower so that he could extend his season. We've provided a loan to a local cracker company that needed a sheeter because they were rolling all their crackers out by hand, and that was they were working themselves ragged doing that, and so they wanted a sheeter to roll the crackers out for them. So we provided a loan for them for that piece of equipment. And there's many other examples of loans, but paying attention to what our suppliers need as well as what our communities need to keep it all working in harmony together is a really important part of what Whole Foods Market is doing. And I should also say that number 6, ongoing win-win partnerships, that one just is a new one. When I first started working at Whole Foods, there were only 5 core values, the first 5 that we saw. The 6th one came about when we realized that there was that missing link. We had made that commitment to our customers and to our team members, and then there was this other group of human beings that we were working with on an everyday basis, and we had failed to state publicly that we had this intention of keeping those relationships strong and positive. And so we wrote it on the wall, and now we're held accountable for it. Whoop. Oh, you saw my octopus. Okay, so the last one just is very new. It just made it into writing within the last year or so, and that's promoting the health of our stakeholders through healthy eating education. And it can be a controversial one because everybody has a different definition for what healthy eating means. There's a book out there that will tell you that you should eat every single food and that you shouldn't eat every single food. There's a book that'll tell you you shouldn't eat meat, and then there's a book that'll tell you you shouldn't eat pineapples or rice or, whatever it is. So we're not trying to stand up here and say we've got yet another solution for how you can eat healthy. But what we want to do is give people the option to take ownership of their health and move their health up in their priority list of how they make choices in their day. So, for example, you're running late, running out the door. Instead of grabbing some fruits and vegetables to snack on in the car, you make the decision to stop at a fast food restaurant, and maybe that's not as high quality food as you want. So asking people to reprioritize how they make decisions in their daily life about what they're putting in their bodies. And I think everyone is kind of in the general consensus that eating more fruits and vegetables is pretty good. So we're pushing the fruits and vegetables and just encouraging people to eat more of those and not necessarily make dramatic changes in what they're doing unless they find within that self-reflection and that investigating what they're doing on their own that making a more dramatic change is best for them. And then we're going to support them every step of the way in whatever they find that works best for them. So it's all about balance. As a team leader, I have to hold those core values in the 8 arms of an octopus every single day with every decision I make. I know there's only 7 core values, and there's 8 legs on an octopus. And the last one is just integrity. It's simple. And in the end, that's why we have our core values, is to stand in our integrity as a company, as a group, a gathering of human beings that have come together with this common cause. We want to be able to stand in integrity as human beings and as a corporation. And so every decision that's made, we weigh those 7 core values in order to maintain that integrity. For example, a decision as simple as deciding to open our store in Durham 30 minutes earlier, it involved weighing all of those things. Are the team members, is it going to sacrifice team member happiness to open our store 30 minutes earlier? Or is it actually going to help their happiness because it's going to increase their sales? Because the cafe's already open at 7:30, but the store doesn't open until 8, so there's all these people that could possibly buy something from their department, but they can't get there. It's a long story. But anyway, we weighed, would getting the store ready by 7:30 in the morning be more of a burden to our team members than the increased sales and the increased revenue that they would bring in, which increases their gain sharing, which is probably more detailed than you want to hear. Go on our website if you want to know about that, or if it's really interesting to you, write it down on a question card, and I'll gladly answer that. But making that decision to open earlier, we weighed, it definitely would be more satisfying and delighting to our customers, because when you have to put up a barrier between one section of your store and the other and say they can't buy something from over here when they're here and it's there, definitely wasn't satisfying and delighting our customers. So we made that decision there. And some of the others don't necessarily apply, but we do a little quick mental check. Are we negating the integrity of any of our core values with the decision that we're making? And then we move forward from there. So, these are just a few examples of some of the projects that Whole Foods Market is involved in that help us maintain that integrity. The Whole Planet Foundation that you see, do I have a pointer thingy? Yeah, up here, is a foundation that was founded by Whole Foods Market, and it's providing microloans to mostly women in, I think it's 18 countries now, that they're small loans, anywhere from $25 to $200, that can make the difference between them starting a business and them being successful in what they're trying to do in their country. And these aren't people that we're buying product from to sell in our store. These are people within the communities. So, for example, in places where we are buying coffee in a fair trade way, Rainforest certified, Rainforest Alliance certified coffee, there's these people within that community they're not involved with the coffee industry that are struggling, and we want to give those people a chance, and we want to spread our wings further and to make that web go out further within those communities. So that's the reason we started the Whole Planet Foundation. And then the 5% days I mentioned. The Whole Trade label is a Whole Foods Market owned label, and it's a label that is third-party verified, but is available to people who are not necessarily fair trade certified, which we do. We do work a lot with the fair trade certified companies, but it is a broader scope than a fair trade certified. It reaches out into the families a little more, or not necessarily the families, but the human interactions. It's not just about a fair cost, it's about fair labor practices, and more of a big picture view when you see that Whole Trade certified logo. And also, out of the Whole Trade umbrella comes our partnership with Earth University, and I don't know if you know anything about Earth University. It's in Costa Rica, and it's training young people your age, students' age, not your age, new skills in sustainable agriculture. And we now have been working with them for a number of years, at least 4 years, I think, and have gone from where we would get Earth University bananas once a week or so to where we have Earth University bananas in every one of our stores pretty much all the time. And so we have bananas that are being produced at this university by these students that are learning how to farm and be agriculturally active in a very sustainable way. There's a wonderful quote by the founder of Earth University. He says that the mission of Earth University is to create leaders that are agents of change in a way that is environmentally sustainable, socially responsible, and in a way that is transparent and brings harmony and equity to our society. And I really like that quote, and I think that that kind of sums up what we're looking for when we're working with organizations and suppliers, is that we're creating that socially responsible and harmonious relationship with these people. We have the Global Animal Partnership, which I'll be passing out some brochures about this in a few minutes because it's going to tie in pretty nicely with what Judy's going to say, and that's it's an organization that is an umbrella for our new 5-step program. And so the 5-step program is an animal welfare program where we are encouraging farmers to progress to a very animal welfare friendly farming system. And so at level 1, it's our basic quality standards. You can't get into Whole Foods Market unless you meet our level 1, which is cage-free, basic. It's really basic. And then you move all the way up to a level 5, which will ensure that the young stays with their mother until they're weaned naturally. It prevents any alterations in any way to the animal, so no nose rings, no ear clippings, even no castration, which I know some of you that have been in the cattle business at all know that that's pretty hard, not to castrate your cattle. So, there's a lot of things that are still being worked out within that system, but I think it's pretty cool that we are asking farmers to look at their farming systems that way. And then our premium body care standards are bringing body care standards that are more in line with European standards for body care. Your skin is your largest organ, and we have been putting things on our skin that we wouldn't put in our mouths, and so that's a little concerning. So we've created this label that is also third-party verified and audited, and is free of is more in line with those European standards that prevent certain ingredients from appearing in body care. Okay, and we're also very committed to our local economies. So local producers are always on the top of our list of people that we want to get into our store and introduce in a good way to our people, our shoppers, our customers at Whole Foods Market. So we have this all-encompassing huge company, and there's so much that I could say. If you have specific questions about Whole Foods Market as a company, please write those down and submit those. I could talk about Whole Foods all day long, but I think that it would be better just to target those questions rather than saying things that you may not care about. So at this time, I'd like to welcome Judy up to the stage. And it is an honor to share a stage with her, the co-founder of Kalari Chocolates, and an honor to taste her chocolates afterwards.